Hi there, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to do a ribbing. Basically the ribbing is done by hand as I don't have a ribber or a ribbing attachment. Basically you do your cast on, and today I've just done an E-wrap cast on, and what you do is you do the number of rows that you want to do for your ribbing. I always find that the very first ribbing that you do is the hardest stitch to do because it's very close to the edge. Doing the rib by hand is more time consuming, but I actually find it quite fun. I think it's a nice rib to do, and I think it's just as good as having a ribbing attachment. Once you get the ribbing going, it gets a little bit easier. I just struggled a little bit with the camera to try and get my fingers around the camera to film it, so you can see I'm just a little bit slow. Sometimes good to have the correct seating position so that you don't get too tired. The second stitch was much easier to do, and it just went quicker than the first stitch. There are two methods to do the ribbing. The other method is where you do every alternative needle, every second needle, and then you do your cast on that way, and then it has nice big gaps, and then you do your ribbing that way. But I found that ribbing really hard to do because it was very tight. So I would suggest doing the first ribbing. At the end of it, I've just shown a little bit about how that ribbing is done. Sometimes it's good just to watch that you don't drop a stitch. Normally I'm much neater than this, and when I do a main project I will show you just how much neater I can be. Sometimes it's good to do the ribbing by hand, as sometimes you get two different yarns of two different thicknesses. So if you've got a ribbing attachment, it might not work as well. So if you do it by hand, it can actually be much better. As with anything, practice makes perfect. So if you are struggling a little bit with this, over time you'll get much better. As I was going along, I started to get a little bit faster. I was able to create the ladders much quicker, and like I say, it's just a matter of practice. This is a close-up of doing the rib. As you can see, this is the finished rib. I didn't like the edge. I normally do much better edges, and but it was alright. This is the second part of the rib, the second method. It was very tight and I couldn't actually finish the end because it was just pulling too hard. So I just kind of just finished as I went along. But you can see they're the same rows, the same stitches, and they're very different from each other. As you can see, I'm going to show you what it looked like on the needles. This is doing every second needle, so if you do the second method, this is what it looks like. I want to say thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and please subscribe and leave a comment.